Hi YouTubers. Let's see, today is Sunday. Sunday. That was pretty much like any other Sunday. I woke up, um, I set my alarm for later and kind of rushed myself this morning because I didn't sleep real well because I have a sore throat and achy and kind of sinusy and like I'm coming down with a cold, which I kind of expected since I got a little cold sore and I usually get that before I get sick. So last night was not a real pleasant night, but I got up and I, went to church, played at church. It was a beautiful, wonderful service actually. He was preaching on Matthew 24, 1 through 13. Matthew 24 is, to me, there's a lot of talk about end times and in the Bible, of course, or what we call end times. Matthew 24, to me, in Jesus' own words, kind of is what I look for. The disciples asked him, how are we going to know? And he explains it pretty clearly. So that Jesus himself does. So that was the message today at church, and that was very good. We've been working our way through Matthew, and I've been kind of waiting for this week to come. So that was that. And then after church, we picked up my mom at the nursing home. As I've mentioned before, she has Lewy Body disease or Lewy Body Dementia. Briefly, the difference between that and Alzheimer's is that in LBD, hallucinations are involved and delusions. And also there is a roller coaster. Some days her cognition is much better, other days it's much worse. Some days she's almost normal, other than memory lapses, and other days she is very confused. And whereas Alzheimer's is a straight sort of downward slope, LBD is a roller coaster. And if your loved one has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and they experience the roller coasters and the hallucinations, those are the two big. Sleep disturbances is another one. Those are pretty big, and the reason it's so important is to get a proper diagnosis is because the drugs that are typically used for Alzheimer's patients can kill somebody with LBD. So that is of utmost importance, and LBD is often misdiagnosed as Alzheimer's. Often. 20% of all dementias are LBD, so that's a significant number, and it's something that everybody with a loved one with a diagnosis of dementia really needs to know about. Anyway, we picked her up. She was diagnosed about 7 years ago, but maybe 7, and we picked her up today from the nursing home, which is just around the corner for me, 4-minute drive, door to door. If I could walk straight across, it's a third of a mile, but we can't drive through neighborhoods, so took her to Burger King. My daughter is one of the assistant managers there, so we went there so that my grandson could see his mommy and my mom could see her, and they have a playland, and so we like to go there often on Sunday afternoons. So we went there and got a couple of Whoppers, and my mom got a shake, which she's happy as can be. She loves her shakes. And my grandson got his inside out grilled cheese sandwich, which my daughter has made for him with 2 burger buns inside out, so the inside are out, and grilled cheese. Anyway, he loves that. After that, we came home. Like I said, I felt kind of crappy today, so I went to sleep. My grandson, when he went down for his nap, I went down for mine. I woke up a couple hours later, and he was playing in his bedroom, already awake, so that was fine. My husband was sleeping, of course, because he had worked all night. He usually doesn't work Saturdays, but he got called in. So he slept this afternoon, got up for a little while this evening. Now he's back in bed. I have dinner in the oven for him to eat when he gets up. And I will talk about the dinner on my Cheap, Easy, Low Carb channel, which I will be recording right after this. Tomorrow starts back at work in around September. I always start to feel sad a little bit because my job ends in the middle of October, depending on the weather. If the weather stays really warm, I work, later into the month. If it stays really warm and the bugs stay really active, I work later into the month. If we start getting early cold spells, then I work earlier in the month because there's, not that many calls coming in, and the two owners can handle it. They take turns with the phones. So that's what they do through the winter, and I look forward to having more free time, but of course then I don't have the money to do anything with the free time because I'm not working. But then I adjust. I always adjust because of holidays. Everything keeps me busy. Then around February I start getting really anxious and ready to get back to work, and I usually start in April again, depending on the weather. So let's see, I started 2001, 2013. This is my 13th season doing this. But anyway, so that is another week starting tomorrow, and with the hot weather we're supposed to have, it's going to be another busy one, which is good for business. If it stays really warm, I don't like warm weather. I love winter. Fall is my second favorite season because it's almost winter. Spring is my third favorite because it's not summer, and summer is my least favorite. But I like the hot weather because it keeps me working, it keeps me busy. So we're supposed to get some more hot weather this week, so that'll keep me on my toes. That's about all that's going on here. I will be, busy, obviously. Usually I don't have my grandson Mondays and Tuesdays. I usually have him Wednesday through Sunday. So he's with his other grandfather on Mondays and Tuesdays. So that's the time I can get some stuff done. Tomorrow night my plan is to tear apart the bird room, which is our sunroom, but I keep my birds out there in the summer. And that's to do a thorough cleaning in there because it hasn't been done in probably 2 months, and it's getting pretty, other than the vacuuming around the edges or whatever. But pulling everything out from under the tables and under the cages and doing a good vacuuming and wiping everything down. Anyway, so that is my weekend. Yesterday I started to record last night, and I was just too tired. I wasn't making sense. I sounded drunk, and I don't drink. But yesterday was also a busy day, of course, with my grandson here, and but anyway, and I did some housework yesterday. Not as much as I wanted to, but I got some done. But my weekend was pretty uneventful. So I hope you guys had a great weekend, and I will talk to you next time. Which I would like to vlog every day, but I don't always have anything to say, and it's kind of boring just talking about what I did every day. Who cares, other than me. So anyway, I will be back when I get back. I would like I say, I love to go every day, but I don't have a topic every day. I don't have anything to say. I still want to do one fairly detailed about Nissen fundoplication and GERD, and I would like to do another one about gastroparesis and some of the health issues that I've had experience with. Both of those have really poor connotations around the web. People read around the web about how awful either of them are and are kind of afraid, and so having lived with them both, I think that I would like to shed a little light on that. So anyway, hopefully I'll get to that soon, but meanwhile, have a good night, have a blessed night, and a great Monday. Bye-bye.